Unlocking the Success Code. Napoleon Hill's first principle in action: every journey to greatness begins with a moment of decision. That moment, for many, starts with the realization that success is not an accident, it is engineered. And no one in modern history decoded the blueprint of success like Napoleon Hill. This is not just another motivational story. This is the foundation of a philosophy that has created more millionaires, leaders, inventors, and visionaries than any other success doctrine in the last century. It's not fantasy, it's a framework, and it begins with one undeniable truth. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let those words settle. They are not poetic fluff. They are a direct formula for success. Hill didn't arrive at this principle in a flash of inspiration. He uncovered it after 25 years of studying the greatest minds in business, science, politics, and leadership, including Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie. The first and most important principle in this formula is this: definiteness of purpose. Without a clear purpose, energy is wasted, focus is scattered, and life becomes reactive instead of proactive. Success doesn't respond to vague desires. It bows to clarity and conviction. So ask yourself right now, what is your definite major purpose? Not your wish, not your dream, your definite goal, the one that aligns with your gifts, ignites your passion, and benefits others. If you don't know it yet, this is your first assignment. Discover it, define it, own it, because until you do, your potential remains untapped. You will drift, you will settle, you will react instead of lead. Your definite major purpose is your North Star. It becomes the filter through which you make every decision. It tells you what to say yes to, and more importantly, what to say no to. Napoleon Hill believed that the moment you define your purpose with full emotional intensity, you awaken forces within you and around you that begin working to bring that purpose into reality. This is not magic. It is mental alignment. The moment your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are centered on one outcome, you activate your subconscious mind, the seat of all achievement. The subconscious doesn't respond to weak wishes. It responds to emotion, repetition, and clarity. So write your purpose. Say it aloud every day. Visualize it until it becomes a part of your inner world. This is where success begins, not on the outside, but within. Let's make this actionable. 1. Take 10 minutes right now and write down the one goal that matters most to you. 2. Underneath it, write why it matters. Dig deep. 3. Commit to reading it aloud every morning and night. Why does this work? Because repetition plus emotion equals impression. And once your subconscious accepts an idea as true, it begins to direct your thoughts, behaviors, and even attract circumstances to match it. You've heard of the law of attraction. Hill didn't call it that, but he understood it deeply. What you focus on consistently, emotionally and mentally, you attract. That's why your definite major purpose must dominate your mind. It must become your obsession, your focus, your compass. In this series, we will explore every major principle that Napoleon Hill revealed, from faith, autosuggestion, and specialized knowledge to persistence, decision, the mastermind alliance, and more. Each part will build upon the last. Each principle will be tied to practical action. Because knowing is not enough, you must live this philosophy. In this first part, your focus is simple but powerful. Define your definite major purpose, link it to a burning desire, read it with passion. Every day, begin to visualize it, feel it, and act from it, because everything that follows, your discipline, your faith, your success, depends on this one decision. This is the foundation of the Napoleon Hill success mindset. Welcome to part one of your transformation. In part two, we'll explore faith, not in the religious sense, but in the unshakable inner belief that activates your purpose and powers your action even when results are invisible. Stay focused, stay intentional, stay relentless. Part 2. Faith, the invisible force that drives visible success. Once you've defined your definite major purpose, the next principle becomes critical. Faith, unshakable belief in yourself, in your purpose, and in the invisible bridge between thought and result. Napoleon Hill said, "Faith is the head chemist of the mind." It's not passive. It's not religious dogma. It's an active state of mind, one that transforms ordinary thoughts into powerful, creative energy. Faith is the foundation of achievement. Without it, your mind becomes a breeding ground for doubt, fear, and hesitation. With it, obstacles turn into stepping stones, and uncertainty becomes clarity. Faith is not something you're born with. It is something you develop through repetition, visualization, and emotion. He'll believe that faith is induced by autosuggestion, meaning you can build faith the same way you build muscle, by daily exercise. Here's what that exercise looks like. 1. Repeat your purpose statement with emotion. 2. Visualize your success in vivid detail. Point 3. Speak to yourself as if your goal is already real. Why? Because your subconscious cannot distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you consistently feed it your vision with emotion, it accepts that vision as truth. And when it believes it, your behavior, focus, and energy shift to match it. That's when momentum starts. Every successful person you admire, whether they're in business, sports, or the arts, got there because they believed in themselves before the world did. That belief powered them through adversity, criticism, and failure. Napoleon Hill didn't promise that faith would make things easy. He promised that faith would make things possible. That's the difference. Life doesn't hand you guarantees, but with faith, you create your own. Let's go deeper. Faith must become emotional. Logical belief isn't enough. You must feel that what you're pursuing is already yours. The stronger the emotional charge behind your belief, the faster it impresses itself into your subconscious. This is not blind optimism. It's deliberate conditioning. And it's how your definite major purpose becomes a living reality. Let's break it down into action. Daily faith rituals. Morning. Speak your purpose aloud with emotion and certainty. Midday. Take one bold action that aligns with your purpose. Evening. Visualize yourself living the outcome. Feel it. Believe it. You are rewiring your entire nervous system to expect success. And when you expect it, you begin to behave like the person who deserves it. Remember this. The world treats you based on how you treat yourself. If you speak and act with faith, people will respond to your certainty. Opportunities will be attracted to your energy. But doubt? Doubt repels success. Doubt clouds judgment. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever could. That's why faith must become a habit, not something you use only when times are good, but something you lean on especially when times are tough. Here's a Napoleon Hill insight most people miss. Faith is a decision before it's a feeling. You decide to believe, you decide to act, and your feelings will catch up. It is in the darkest moments that your faith is tested and strengthened. The most successful people don't avoid setbacks. They outlast them. And what gives them that endurance? Faith. In this second part, your assignment is this: reaffirm your definite major purpose with passion. Visualize your success twice a day. Take aligned, bold action daily, even if you're unsure. You're not just developing motivation, you're developing identity. The identity of a leader, of someone with unshakable belief, of someone who creates results from vision, not circumstance. This is how Napoleon Hill built his success philosophy. And this is how you bring it to life. Next, we'll explore the powerful mechanism that strengthens faith: autosuggestion, the daily practice of programming your subconscious to align your outer life with your inner vision. Stay bold, stay believing, stay consistent. Autosuggestion, programming your subconscious for success. Once you've defined your purpose and anchored it in faith, the next step is how you install that belief deep into your subconscious mind. This is where autosuggestion becomes the key that unlocks transformation. Napoleon Hill defined autosuggestion as the method by which you feed your subconscious specific thoughts, intentions, and beliefs until they become dominant and automatic. It's not wishful thinking, it's conscious mental conditioning. The mind is always listening. It doesn't take breaks. Every thought you repeat, every sentence you whisper under your breath, every belief you entertain, your subconscious records it. And over time, it becomes who you are. Hill said, any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. That means the power to transform your life isn't in your circumstances. It's in the stories you choose to repeat. Here's why this is so powerful. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. It simply accepts what it's told, especially when it's told with emotion and repetition. So if you constantly tell yourself, I'm not ready, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, your subconscious believes you. And then it begins to shape your behavior, your perception, your opportunities to match that belief. But if you say, I am powerful, I am disciplined, I am focused, I am destined to lead and win, and you repeat it with conviction daily, your subconscious starts to believe that instead, and belief becomes reality. Autosuggestion is your daily opportunity to overwrite doubt with certainty, fear with faith, confusion with clarity. Let's break it down into action. Step 1. Write your script, write out your definite major purpose in the present tense. Add empowering affirmations that reflect who you are becoming. Be clear, emotional, and bold. Example: I am confident, disciplined, and successful. I inspire millions through my voice and vision. I earn $500,000 a year by delivering powerful content that transforms lives. I am a magnet for growth, abundance, and leadership. I achieve my goals with ease and passion. Step 2. Read it aloud, twice a day, morning and night. Say it like you mean it, with emotion, with intensity, with faith. Why twice a day? Because your subconscious is most receptive when you wake up and before you sleep. That's when your brain is in theta state, calm, suggestible, and open to instruction. Step 3. Feel it as real, don't just read words. Visualize the life you're describing. Feel the excitement of your success. Hear the applause. See the transformation. Let your mind rehearse victory like it's already yours. Emotion is the glue that makes your affirmations stick. Step 4. Repeat it daily. Without missing autosuggestion is a practice. One repetition changes nothing. 1,000 rewires your identity. Make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. It takes 21 to 66 days to build a habit, but only seconds to break momentum. Consistency is your advantage. Here's the truth. Your external world always matches your internal programming. If your programming is weak, scattered, or negative, your results will reflect that. If your programming is empowered, focused, and certain, your results will multiply. This isn't magic. This is psychology. Every successful leader Hill interviewed, from Edison to Ford, used autosuggestion, even if they didn't call it by that name. They obsessed over their vision. They spoke their goals aloud. They lived inside the identity of who they wanted to become before the world saw it. You must do the same. The world is already full of noise, negativity, doubt, distraction. Autosuggestion is your weapon to protect your mind and plant your future. It makes you immune to criticism. It makes you invincible to fear. When you program your subconscious, you become the architect of your reality. Here's your mission this week. Write your autosuggestion statement. Read it twice a day with emotion. Visualize it while feeling grateful. Track your daily repetition for 30 days. If you miss a day, start over. Not because you're being punished, but because this is how commitment is forged. You're not just reading words. You're rewriting your identity. You're becoming the kind of person who attracts success instead of chasing it. Napoleon Hill said, "You can do it if you believe you can." And belief is not something you wait for. It's something you create through the power of autosuggestion. Next, we'll explore specialized knowledge, why information alone isn't power, and how to focus your learning into precise mastery that turns ideas into income. Stay programmed. Stay intentional. Stay relentless. Specialized knowledge. Turning ideas into income knowledge is not power. This may surprise you, but Napoleon Hill made it clear. Only organized, specialized knowledge applied with purpose is power. The world is full of educated people who are broke, lost, or unfulfilled, not because they lack knowledge, but because they lack direction and application. In this part of the Napoleon Hill success system, we learn to separate general knowledge from specialized knowledge, and more importantly, how to turn that specialized knowledge into momentum, results, and ultimately, income. General knowledge is everywhere. It's what schools often teach. Facts, dates, formulas, information. Useful? Sometimes. But powerful? Rarely. Because it's scattered, disconnected from purpose. Passive. Specialized knowledge, on the other hand, is laser-focused information connected to your definite major purpose. It's practical, it's targeted, it's something you can apply immediately toward your mission. Think of specialized knowledge as the tool set required for your specific goal. If your definite major purpose is to build a successful online business, your specialized knowledge might include digital marketing, copywriting, branding, psychology, funnel design, email automation. If your goal is to become a world-class speaker, your specialized knowledge would include public speaking techniques, storytelling frameworks, stage presence, voice training, persuasion strategies. Your job is to identify what knowledge matters most and pursue mastery in those areas. Napoleon Hill said, "Successful men in all callings never stop acquiring specialized knowledge related to their major purpose, business, or profession." That means you must become a student of your purpose. Here's your roadmap. 1. Clarify your purpose again. Revisit your definite major purpose. What is the outcome you're after? What industry, field, or area does it relate to? 2. List the skills and knowledge you need. Ask, what must I learn, master, or understand to succeed at this purpose? 3. Create a learning plan. Break it down into books, courses, mentors, and practice. Don't learn everything. Learn only what moves the needle. Point 4. Apply as you learn. Learning without action is wasted. With every concept you learn, ask, how can I use this today? 5. Teach what you learn. One of the fastest ways to internalize specialized knowledge is to teach it. Share insights, create content, help others. It forces clarity and deepens your understanding. Remember, you don't need to be an expert in everything. You just need to become excellent at the things that matter to your purpose. This is where many people get stuck. They consume endless information, but without a filter, they become overwhelmed. Information becomes noise. Action becomes paralyzed. That's why your definite major purpose must guide your learning. It's the filter. If a piece of knowledge helps you move forward, keep it. If it doesn't, ignore it. Focus is your advantage in a distracted world. And never forget, if you don't have the specialized knowledge, you can borrow it. He'll emphasize the power of the mastermind, a group of minds coming together to multiply results. Find people who are skilled where you're not. Collaborate. Trade value. Success is not a solo game. Specialized knowledge combined with a mastermind is a multiplier. Here's your 7-day challenge. Identify 3 skills directly tied to your purpose. Find one book, course, or mentor for each. Schedule 30 minutes per day to study. Take one small action daily based on what you learn. This is how you build intellectual capital, knowledge that compounds over time. And when paired with action, it turns into results. The market rewards clarity, confidence, and expertise, and all 3 come from specialized knowledge applied boldly. Next, we will explore persistence, the mental toughness and emotional discipline to keep going when the results are slow. Resistance shows up, and most people quit. Stay sharp, stay focused, stay specialized. Persistence, the master key to long-term achievement. Every great dream, no matter how clearly defined or passionately believed, eventually runs into resistance. Obstacles appear, doubt creeps in, results delay, and in that moment, only one force can keep you on the path: Persistence. Napoleon Hill said, "Persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. Without it, your dreams remain fragile. With it, they become unstoppable." Persistence is not talent. It's not luck. It's not even motivation. It's the disciplined decision to keep going, especially when you don't feel like it. Think about this. Most people don't fail because their dreams are too big. They fail because their endurance is too short. They quit when it gets uncomfortable. They stop when success is one step away. If you truly want to embody the Napoleon Hill success mindset, you must train your mind to expect resistance and rise through it. Let's break this principle down into core components. 1. Persistence requires a definite purpose. You've already defined your definite major purpose. This is your fuel. The clearer your reason, the stronger your resolve. If your purpose doesn't move you emotionally, your persistence will fade. But if your purpose ignites you daily, no delay can stop you. 2. Persistence requires daily action. Small steps, repeated consistently, create massive results. Don't wait for motivation. Don't chase perfection. Build the discipline of progress. Every day, ask, what is one thing I can do to move forward? Then do it, no matter how small. 3. Persistence requires control over fear. Fear of criticism, fear of failure, fear of poverty. Hill identified fear as the greatest enemy of persistence. Your job is not to eliminate fear, it's to override it. Courage is action in the presence of fear, and persistence is courage multiplied by repetition. 4. Persistence requires a support system. That's why Hill taught the importance of the Mastermind Alliance. Surround yourself with people who support your growth, not your excuses. Share your goals. Get accountability. Let their belief fuel yours. 5. Persistence requires emotional mastery. There will be days when your mind screams to quit, when progress feels invisible, when results seem delayed. This is where emotional control matters most. Practice gratitude. Revisit your vision. Remind yourself why you started. You must become a master of your emotions, or they will master you. Now here's a truth few speak about. The longer the delay, the greater the reward. The universe is testing your readiness. It's asking, how bad do you really want this? And your answer must be, enough to keep going. Every successful person you know passed through the valley of disappointment. They faced failure. They were ignored, rejected, and doubted. And they persisted. That's what makes them different. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. But you do need to stay in the game. Persistence creates compound success. Small efforts stack up. Invisible progress builds. One day, the dam breaks, and everything changes. That breakthrough doesn't come from luck. It comes from relentless forward movement. So here's your challenge. Pick one goal tied to your definite major purpose. Commit to taking action toward it for the next 30 days, no matter what. Track your efforts. Stay consistent. Refuse to quit. You are not here to live average. You are here to live intentional, driven, and free. Persistence is not just a habit. It is a declaration. Declare today, I will not quit. I will grow. I will rise. I will persist. This is how you build an unshakable mindset. This is how Napoleon Hill defined champions. Stay powerful. Stay focused. Stay persistent.